What's up everybody, it is Royal J and I am back with another video, and this time I am doing a review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5 Episode 4. So we open up with Tiara. She's shooting a video for her song. I think it was called Vacation. We see her man Akbar and she loves him. That's her man. They're in love, you know, they happy or whatever. So they met 2 years ago, but they reconnected after her leaving rehab. You know, his personality, like he seemed like he really loves and cares for her for far as this scene. You know, he was just like asking her questions about, you know, what she's been doing, how she's been drinking. And he expressed that he doesn't want her around Nikki Baby. He was like, you know, she don't do nothing like what she do. He was just really insulting Nikki Baby. It's something that you never want to do when you start off, like if it's your first season on the show. You never want to start up as a shady person because it never pans out good for you at the end. Like there's a different type of shade that you throw that you can get away with, and some that you can't. So you gotta be careful when you do that, because Nikki Baby have a lot of people that really loved her. So I don't think you really want to bark up that tree too much. So you know, just calm down a little bit. So he basically just says he doesn't want her around Nikki Baby. He doesn't want her going to parties because he doesn't want her to relapse. And it does make him look controlling, but I understand the concern, you know. So they get back, they kiss, they hug, and they get back to shooting. And prior to them going back to shooting, I forgot to mention, Tiara mentioned that Nikki was really the only one who stuck by her through everything. I was like, Moniece was there too. You know, if you, to be technical, Moniece was there. I remember seeing Moniece there more than Nikki. Like, how she feels. So they go back and shoot the video, and the guy that was in the video, Akbar, is like, no, cut, stop it. And the guy walks away, and then he goes and take off his shirt and get in the video with her. So Tiara looks good. Like, she looks amazing, and she looks happy as well too. So kudos for her. She out of rehab, she got a man, she's doing music. Thank God. So Lyrica goes to do an interview with Donatella. Now I learned her name, I wrote it down because this scene was funny, so you know, I was like, let me just write it down. They went to do an interview with her, and off the bat Donatella was like, she wanted to ask her about Safari because she even heard about the whole rumor that's been going around with them too. Lyrica went off on her and her artist at the time. I remember that like clear as day. I was so irritated with Lyrica. So she asked her about Safari because, you know, Safari knew that came out, and she was just like, you know, I'm only thinking about my husband because his private area is good, so that's the only thing that I'm thinking about. And then Mama Lyrica was like, well, I saw it. I was just like, really? She said that she was working on her EP and that she had put a song out called what goes around comes around and comes back to you, or something like that in that nature. And she even sung it too. I didn't write it down in my notes because I don't care. So she said she wrote that for K Michelle. Well, I didn't write specifically what she said, but she was like, I think she said she wrote it for that Dirty B K Michelle. And Mama Lyrica she ain't playing. She even brought up that she went to K Michelle's concert and she went to confront her, but Lyrica was like, what? Like, you did what? And she was like, yeah, I went to confront her because she needs to, I think she said she needs to apologize for what she said and did. All this stuff. So Lyrica was telling her like, Mom, you look stupid. You look dumb for even addressing K Michelle. Like, you just look stupid for doing that. And she was like, don't call it. She gets up out of the chair and she storms off. She was like, don't call your mom stupid. And it's like Mama Lyrica, you really doing the most. Like, I know a lot of us have mothers, especially me. Like, if we get into we into a situation and something happened or whatever, our parents is going to take our side and they're going to speak up for us, especially if they really know us, you know. So she just being a mom, but I feel like you just gotta calm down. Like, niece, it ain't that serious. Like, I'm sure people have said worse things to and about your daughter than K Michelle did. I'm just saying. So AD goes to Fiz's house to pick up some tennis shoes or something for him and Moniece's child. I don't know the name. AD went to go pick up the shoes, And as her and Fizz talking, Tiffany come down the stairs on some shady shit. I knew you sounded familiar, and she came down, and AD was in shock, and she was like, you know, I feel like you're doing this just to get back at me. I mean, I didn't like Tiffany last season, and I'm really feeling her this season, because I feel like you being too messy, you're doing too much. And I even wrote last week on Twitter, I was like, how many of Monice's enemies is Fizz going to get with? And I honestly feel like it ain't nothing genuine. Like, he talking about, oh, the energy between them two is good and stuff like that. But what energy? What connection? This woman is disrespecting the mother of your child constantly. Nobody, like, you and AD gets along, so you can't say, oh, Monice is messing with somebody that you don't like or that don't like you and disrespect you. So I feel like you purposely doing this because you have this vendetta against Monice, and you're doing these things to kind of get back at her, and it's really showing. So you can sit and fake the funk and pretend like you really, this whole energy, like, y'all love to throw that energy word out, throw the energy word out. Like, just shut up. Like, it wasn't no damn energy. You saw them two going at it, and you wanted a storyline, so you went and got with this one. So y'all both have something to return to Love and Hip Hop about. And if you want to be technical and real, like, Monice is Fizz's storyline. Fizz doesn't bring anything to the table. He's not offering anything, and whatever he is offering, a lot of us is not buying it. So Monice is really his storyline. And he has to sleep with the people that she doesn't get along with odd enough to keep face on the show. You know, Tiffany needed a storyline and Fizz needed one. So, of course, they was going to come together and, you know, they got one. So, Ray J is trying to set up the little baby walker thing. That's what it looked like, the walker that they use, like the baby walker or something. He was trying to fix it and set it up and put it together. So Princess was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm on my daddy duties. So she was like, you're doing it wrong, it's backwards. So it was so funny to see him actually trying to do it, because it's like the instructions was in the box. You know, but sometimes even the instructions could be misleading. So go on YouTube and type in the name of whatever it is that you're trying to fix, and, you know, just fix it. So Princess asked him, you know, well, she asked him what he was doing or whatever, and she told him, you know, you look like stressed, like what's going on. But he was telling her before that the whole thing with Monice, he was like, you know, I want us to have a healthy baby. I want you to stay, you know, you're supposed to be on bed rest. And she was like, I'm not handicapped. Told her that he went to go confront, well, he went to K Michelle's show and he saw Monice, and he was asking her like, wow, like you really threw a chair at a pregnant woman. So, you know, Princess seemed unbothered, like she ain't even caring about that. So she was like, you look really, like, stressed out, like, you know, what's going on? So he tells her that he met with Safari, and Safari admitted to sleeping with Lyrica. And she was like, what? She was in shock. She was like, she couldn't believe that he actually admitted to sleeping with Lyrica. But, she just want Ray J to stay out of it and just mind his business. So she was like, you know, I have nothing to do with you. Like, and he say, I can't just look at my boy A1, because he say he's friends with A1, he's friends with Safari. And he feel like he has to tell A1. And I agree with Princess 100% for the first time. Mind your business. Stay out of it. It has nothing to do with you. Let the chips fall where they may. Don't get involved. Like, she even said, pretend like you didn't hear anything. And I feel like that's what's right. Like, it's not your business, and you inserting yourself into it, and it's making you be the problem as well. So it's like, just get out of that situation. Just like, don't even deal with it, you know. Let the two married people in Safari deal with their infidelities and whatever else they got going on. Now, I know I said I was not going to get into this. Last week I said it was going to be canceled out of my review because I have no interest. Go ahead and talk about it. Brooke is at the doctor, her and Marcus, and she's going to get the lumps taken out of her breast. So I guess they was doing like the biopsy or whatever. And she brings up about the whole bar situation, and she apologized for her actions and what she did. And Marcus tell her, you know, I wish y'all could have handled that a little bit more differently. After that, she was saying that she hoped that they come together at the end of this whole thing. I guess with her getting her surgery, she hoped they come together and work out. She really do love him, and she really do care for him, and she wants to be with him. But you can't force nobody to be with you. You cannot force nobody to be with you. You know, you pushed this man away the whole time last year. You pushed him away. And it's like now that he's going on to do his thing, you know, you kind of like forcing yourself, you know, forcing him to be with you, and you forcing yourself on him. So I'm just sick and tired of it, child. So we're just gonna go over to the next storyline. But they call her to come and do her surgery, and she goes in and they roll her, you know, into the operation room to go do what they gotta do. We see Lucy and Solo Lucy and A1, and they're talking, and he was just like, A1 asked him how much did he spend on the party, and this nigga said 20K, and he said 20K. Like, bro, you could have invested that and be more lit. And he was like, so many people are telling me this, so many people keep saying it. And A1 even said, he was like, he's seen this a lot, where people would get money in the beginning of their career. They would get so much money and they would just blow it so quickly and not even think. So A1 was like, okay, if a lot of people are telling you, then something needs to click, and you need to do like what everybody is telling you. 20, I don't even know, I don't even see where the 20K is. Like, I feel like he lying, because I don't see where the 20K went. Like, all I see is a bunch of people, just a bunch of extras. I mean, Mona probably had paid 20K, but he ain't paid no 20K for that. Because I don't see nothing was worth 20K. It was like, it looked like it was like an orgy party or like a sex, I don't know what it was. It was like whipped cream and lingerie and nudity, and it was just too much. I feel like the people who came there came overdressed, because the majority of the people that was inside was undressed. So I don't know what the hell was going on. Anyone tells him about the whole rumor that K. Michelle started about Lyrica trying to sleep with Safari. They start talking about that, and then you see Akbar, but they pan over to Paris walking outside on the balcony to talk to Nikki and Tiara. So Paris was so disgusted about about how everything was going on, and I don't blame her. We get introduced to this girl by the name of La Brittany. She's a singer, a dancer, and I think she said rapper or something. She was everything underneath the sun. And she was like, and I look like this. And I'm like, oh, she's going to be a problem. I can already see it. I can feel it. Like, he's coming with some mess and some drama. Saw A1. She spotted A1, and she was like, oh, that's A1. You know, she did a song with one of his homeboys that did good, and she wants to go and meet him and talk to him. So they was like, girl, we ain't gonna stop you. Go and network, you know, go get you a hit. That's what Paris was saying. So she left to go and speak with A1, and she went to him and was telling him how that she's a singer, dancer, blah blah blah. And Solo Lucy knows her. He was putting in a good word for her. And he was like, okay, well, A1 said, okay, well, my dog put in a good word for you, so you must be doing it. And Akbar walks through and past them, and he goes outside and he sees Tiara. So Tiara was like, what are you doing here? He was like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why are you here with her? We're talking about Nikki. He doesn't like Nikki. He feel like Nikki keep putting her in these situations where she could possibly relapse. And he was like, I don't want you to relapse. And she was like, I'm not going to. Like, stop saying that. He seems like he cares, but it do come off a little bit controlling, because if she wants to do it, she's going to do it. And if she don't, she's not. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, like, police her. You know, you gotta let her live and be strong enough. So if anything, taking her to parties or into places like this is a test to make sure that she doesn't fall for the same behavior as before, you know. But I understand him though, you know, but it do come off a little bit too strong and a little bit too controlling, with him telling her, you know, let's go, come on, and she follows behind him. And he was just at it, like, at Nikki, like, you know, I don't know why you with her. She don't do nothing. How she's at an industry event and she's not even in the industry, and all this other stuff, just like belittling Nikki. And she was sticking up for herself. So Tiara walks away because he told her, let's go and come on. And it was like, don't be scared of him. Like, she was like, I'm not scared of him. So they go off in the corner. I think they went in the bathroom or in the corner somewhere. And he was just like, he wants the best. He basically just wants the best for her, and she was telling him, you know, that wasn't right, him disrespecting her friends and stuff. And that, so Moniece and Mr. Ray is at dinner. I think it was called the Krabby Crab or something like that, and they're waiting for AD. So while they was waiting, Moniece was talking to him about something. I don't remember what they were talking about, but AD came in and they started talking about the whole thing with her being at K Michelle's show, K Michelle talking to Ray J, and how Ray J was trying to confront her about what happened with the chair and all this other stuff. And AD was just acting like very strange and weird, and Moniece was picking up on it. She was like, you know, what's wrong with you or whatever. It was like, you know, it's something I have to tell you, like I need to tell you something. So she was like, okay, tell me, what is it? So she tells her about Tiffany coming down the stairs at Fizz's house when she went to go pick up the shoes. Moniece was like irritated, started rolling her eyes, and then she went on social media, which was Instagram, to go and blast Fizz and Tiffany. So she was like, this year is a year of respect. Like, they gonna respect her. You said that last season and they didn't respect you, but you know, I don't feel like they're gonna respect you ever, which they really don't have to if they don't want to. But I love Moniece. Like, Moniece is probably one of, I always fall and end up liking the crazy ones that's genuinely crazy, but not just crazy for the cameras, but actually this is how they live. Afterwards, she went on there and said what she said, and then they go over to Tiffany and Fizz at this hibachi place, and she started they was talking about the whole thing with Moniece and stuff, because Tiffany read what Moniece posted. So he was like, oh, she's just doing it just to get under your skin and all of this stuff. So she was just pissed off and mad. And then Tiffany wrote something back, and then Moniece read it to them about, well, I think AD read it back to them about what she was saying on social media. So this is just too much. So we get into Marcus and Nastasia, and he says that he's been focusing more on Brooke and her health scare and all of that other stuff, and he really haven't had time to spend with Nastasia. Walking into, I guess, the hotel room, I'm assuming, or one of they, I don't know, child. But they walk in, and the conversation is going good. You know, the chemistry is there. They're in the room, even though I don't believe none of it. She's acting a little bit strange. So she asks him, you know, how would he feel if she was to tell him that she was pregnant? So they going into the bathroom, and they keep asking the camera crew for private time. They want to talk. They don't want the cameras or nothing in the midst of them talking, like they want privacy. But the camera people ain't hearing that. Like, they paying you, you ain't paying them. Like, you gonna get this camera in your face and we're gonna film this whole situation. Like, you're not getting any privacy, so don't think you're gonna get it. Monet playing, Bolden must have told them cameras to stay right there, don't move. So he told her, you know, I thought you said you didn't want kids. He was caught off guard, and he was more scared than anything, because I don't really feel like he really wanted to pursue Nastasia in that way. Like, he really didn't care for her that much. So she's asking him, like, you know, are they together? Are they exclusive? Him and her, and, you know, are they tight? And he was like, you know, we tighter than ever. Well, I'm trying to breeze through this thing because I don't want this video to be too long. But I'm getting through it. I think I got 2 more storylines to get to, and we done. We finito. Lyrica is back home. She went back home because she was like, she don't know why she's staying in her mom's house, because this is her home. And I'm like, I don't know why you was over there anyway either. You went over there because you was looking for sympathy and you wanted to be babied and spoiled. And then when you got over there, you see your mama was stirring up more problems and more drama for the situation, so you decided to leave and want to go back home. I don't even know why you went there in the first place. You should have just stayed home with your husband and worked it out and got through whatever it was. Or you could have went to a hotel. A1 comes home and he's walking through the door. It's a lot of tension in the house. He was just like, what you doing here? And she was like, she was at her mom's house literally with a blanket and watching Lifetime. So she decided to come back home, and she was like, you know, so that's what you're doing, you know, you going to orgy parties and all this other stuff. And she just kept going on and on and on. And he was like, you want to answer? She was like, yeah. You didn't give me an answer about this whole thing with Safari. And I'm like, so they going back and forth and cussing each other out. I'm just gonna get straight to the good part. He started calling him out for his fake chains, his fake dreads, all this stuff, and then he started calling out for her fake butt, saying it was lopsided like K. Michelle's, and talking about her fake hair. Cause first he brought up about, I don't know what led, I don't know if I have it in my notes, but I don't know what led to him talking about her fake hair. Yeah, I don't remember what led into, because I didn't write it down. I don't know what led into him talking about her fake hair and all this other stuff. And she was like, you know, you and your fake dreads, your fake chains. And he was like, so the jewelry that I gave you, is that fake too? So she was like, is it fake? Started calling her butt, saying her butt was fake, her body was fake. Just started naming all of this stuff. Like, they was going back and forth like cats and dogs, like water and oil. Like, back and forth. Like a pit bull and a Rottweiler, like they was just at it. Chihuahua, like, and a German Shepherd, like they was just back and forth. You know, she took off the ring and threw it, and he was saying he was getting a divorce. Get out of here! She kept telling him to get out and get out. She threw a bag at him, and he walks out and says he's getting a divorce. And as we can see, they still together, and she's pregnant right now. I saw it on Instagram. I didn't even know about it till K. Michelle tweeted about it. And then I went on Lyrica's page and saw she posted her baby bomb. But when you look at this whole, like, it burnt my eyes seeing it because I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, these is two married people? Like, god damn it. Like, so I couldn't believe that he actually felt that way about her and she felt that way about him, because it was like, damn, like y'all really blasted each other. So I started to believe, like what K. Michelle was saying, when she was like, you know, their relationship is not real and it's not genuine. I'm gonna really breeze through this because I'm not interested. But come to find out, Brooke does not have cancer. It's not cancer. She texts him telling him that it was urgent for him to come over. So he came over, he's looking through the house, he's calling, yelling her name, and she comes out with 2 glasses and a bottle of, I think, champagne. And he was like, what happened? You texted me saying it was urgent. And she said, yeah, it is. We're celebrating. So they sit down. And she tells him that it wasn't cancer, like everything is fine and okay. So I think Marcus was telling her about Nastasia being pregnant, and she was just like, dismiss her. You know, she did this, she did that, and blah, blah, blah. You know, you should leave her, dismiss her. We get to the last part where Tiffany, AD, Fizz, and Moniece sitting down and they having a Ponderosa, like Jackie would say from Basketball Wives. It's because I don't really remember everything that was said and did. But she was like, you know, I let it go a year ago. I haven't spoke or said anything about you, which she did, and they even called her out on that too. Like, you did say something about her from last year, and they showed the backflash from last year, the reunion, when she was talking about Moniece and her legal fees and all these other fees. And here you go this year, still pressed. Still pressed. And it's like, you got what you want. Like, you really ain't genuinely liking Fizz like that. Like, you're doing it to get back at Moniece. Y'all both hate and don't like Moniece, so y'all want to get back at her. So y'all doing this to kind of poke the bear. And Moniece's concern is mostly like, if y'all going to be together, you know, for the sake of their child, are they willing to put the whole drama to the side? And Moniece, she's not even concerned about Tiffany, you know, she's concerned because she feels like I don't know, but I really feel like this whole thing with Tiffany and Fizz is not genuine. It's just to poke the bear and make fun of Moniece, you know, because when Moniece got up and left, Tiffany started to charge after her to try to fight her. They made Tiffany stay outside while Fizz and Moniece was talking, and she was like, you know, she felt like he never really has her back, which he doesn't, because every time she get into it with these women that he mess with, he takes their side and not Moniece's side. So she feel like every woman that he's dealt with, they disrespected her on so many levels, and he just allow it to happen. And I totally agree with it, because look at the whole situation with Nikki. Look at the whole situation with the other girl that Moniece had to snatch up. I even tweeted and said, like, y'all need to stop trusting these light bright people, because they don't mean you no good. They don't mean you, not all of them. Some of them, they don't mean you no good. Like, move on, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys, in the next review, make sure you comment below some suggestions and how you feel, and share the video and all that other stuff. Like, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.